So in this problem, we are asked to find the volume of solid that is bounded by y equals e to the negative x equals 1, and y equals 1, and that area will be rotated around y equals 2. So if this is 1, and this is 1, this is 2, y equals e to the negative x graphically looks something like this. And the area is going to be bounded by this horizontal line and this vertical line. So we're looking at this space here, and the whole thing is being revolved around the horizontal line y equals 2. Since it's being revolved around y equals 2, our circles are laid out horizontally. And because they're laid out horizontally, everything will be in terms of x, and we will be integrating from 0 to 1. Right, so we've got pi times, and now we just need to recognize our radius. And so our first radius from the outside of the curve to the axis of rotation is in red, and that can be expressed as 2 minus e to the negative x. So our full radius is 2 minus e to the negative x squared. So now we have an expression for those huge circles. But there's a piece in the middle that's missing, and the piece that's missing goes from 2 to 1, and that can be expressed as 2 minus 1 squared dx. And so here's our integral. And again, this is a case where I would choose to use my calculator and integrate this. And so I'm going to set y1, once I simplify a little bit, equal to the quantity 2 minus e to the negative x squared minus 1. And so in my calculator, I will have pi times then math 9 to get function integrate y1 with respect to x from 0 to 1. And when you hit enter, you will get about 2.840. If you don't multiply in the pi, you will get 0.904 pi. And this is different from the answer that's given in the back of the book, so let's look at what happens if we integrate this by hand and try and make sense of that. If you were to clean up our integral, because we intend to do this by hand, it would be pi times the integral from 0 to 1 of, when we expand this, it'll be 4 minus 4 e to the negative x plus e to the negative 2x minus 1. And when you clean that up a little bit, you have the integral from 0 to 1 of 3 minus 4 e to the negative x plus e to the negative 2x. When we integrate this, the integral of 3 is 3x. The integral of negative 4 e to the negative x will be positive 4e to the negative x by the chain rule. And when you integrate e to the negative 2x, you will get negative 1/2 e to the negative 2x, again thinking through the chain rule. And this will be from 0 to 1. This will equal pi, and when we substitute in 1, what we will have is 3 plus 4e to the negative 1, and I think this part's a typo in the book, minus 1/2 e squared. Now we'll substitute in 0, minus, it'll be 0 plus 4 minus 1/2. And cleaning this up a little bit and rearranging, we will have 4e to the negative 1 minus 1/2 e squared. And 3 minus 4 is negative 1 plus 1/2 is minus 1/2. So I think that this part is what's different from the back of the book. I think that's a typo.